You're live.
Okay.
I'm just making a casual observation while I get ready to go live, which clearly I'm never ready to do because I'm just not. I like those sunflowers. Those are pretty, and it's a bad book.
Yeah, you should feel it's like a leather or hardbound. It's really.
Oh, it's a big book. Good morning, everybody. Oh, does it say what it is? Does it say?
No.
Here, let me have the
Okay, hold on.
What?
I didn't hit record.
Well, that's a problem.
I know.
Why would you not hit record?
Because I was waiting for you.
Oh.
Always waiting for you. All right.
See you next week on the back.
Okay. Hey, everybody. So.
Good morning, friends. Oh, God, we have a lot of friends.
The nice people at Ohuhu, you guys told me to contact Ohuhu. And so the nice people at Ohuhu sent us a nice gift box. And this is a really nice.
You need to move that a little bit over. It's not in the middle of the frame. There it is. Thank you. Do you want to tell everybody the size of this? This is the Ohuhu marker pad. It is 8.3 inches by 11.7 inches.
It's big.
It's 120 pound, 200 GSM paper, and it has 78 sheets.
So this is my normal sketchbook for comparison, so you guys can see.
Yep,
it's big.
Yep, it is big.
It comes with a plastic sheet.
Yep.
So that way, because they're like, it's gonna bleed, so let it bleed onto that. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so they give you the sheet to put through
it. The pages are perforated, so you could rip them out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It is a lot of paper. Like, I don't know if I would ever finish this sketchbook. It also looks like
78 sheets.
It's a lot.
Okay.
There's also a bookmark.
I love the bookmarks in the sketchbooks. I love those.
And
there's about a bajillion people in Boston. Hi and good morning.
Hi, bajillion people. Okay, so they sent us this, right? Yes. They also sent us, I'll move this over here, a 24 pack of art markers. And then they also sent us a 24, I'm sorry, these are skin tone markers. Mm-hmm. And these are basic tones. Now, they sent us more. All right, so
here we
go. They sent us landscape tones. Mm-hmm. So, which I'm not going to use today. They sent us.
Wonder Landius got a set of 48 Ohuhus for Christmas and is hyped to use them today.
I'm hyped too. They sent us a mixed media spiral bound. Mm-hmm. I don't know when they say mixed media if they're thinking watercolors. These look like watercolors, but we'll try it. They sent me mixed media hardbound. And this huge 16 by 11 inch marker pad.
Which we don't know that Scott will ever use.
Yeah, when I say huge, it engulfs the 10 by 7. 8 by 10. And then finally, I have not opened it up yet. They sent me a 320 pound, 320 pounds. It feels like 320 pounds. 320 dual tip markers, which I will open up at another time.
Okay. The Illo Q1 did a great job with alcohol markers. You should try it. Wondering if you could say hi, Aurora. Oh, hi, Aurora.
Hi, Aurora.
Okay, hold on. I've missed about a bajillion comments. Let's see.
All right.
Okay. So, if you guys had a question, just put it in again. There is no way I'm going back. So let me explain to you the pricing on these because I saw somebody see the pricing. The basic 24 color pack is $19.99 on the Ohuhu website. The skin tones are $21.99 on the Ohuhu website, and the landscape colors, which are 60 colors, are $39.99 on the Ohuhu website. Will any of these supplies be in the giveaway?
Probably.
Yeah. You guys, Scott has way too many markers to use, and he's never going to use all these sketchbooks he's been given. So most likely the answer to that is yes.
All right, we gotta have to reorder these. So
oh god.
Can you guys see them okay?
Yes, pull it down a little bit, and they're a little bit out of focus, but we can see the colors. We just can't see the numbers on top, which is okay.
Is this too bright? Should I lower?
No, you're okay. Actually, that is a little better. Yeah. It's a tad cheaper on Amazon. They're giving us a 10%.
Actually, I need the light to see.
They're giving us a 10% discount code for Ohuhu. It's going to be on the Ohuhu website that they're going to give us the discount code, and it's going to be going on for 3 months. We do have a list of art supplies that we've both tried and that we have discount codes for Blick and for Amazon. We're not getting paid for those. They're not sponsored. But you can check out the resources page on our website. Products we've tried and products Scott uses. My name is Donna. Markers or colored pencils, honey?
These are markers.
No, what do you prefer, markers or colored pencils?
Oh, I like to blend them. If I'm going to work with them, I like to blend them.
These marker pads that you're using right now are, the prices are all, the 7.6 by 10 is $16.99. There's an 8.9 by 8.3, a mixed media pad, $16.99. A marker pad, $16.99, and the big 16 by 11 one is $19.99. So they're all about the same price. They're all about $17-ish.
I'm not sure how these are like supposed to be at an angle or something to fit like that.
You are going to see who he is drawing today, and so check this out. Scott is not going to just be coloring. He's actually going to pencil and then color with the markers, because you guys have been asking for pencils from the beginning. The code is going to be Scott10, and we're going to post the link when he posts his video today. He's going to do a video of these. You're going to do the video too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. He's going to do the video of these today, and we're going to post the link, and we're going to post the code in there. But it will be Scott10, and that will be the link. And no, his wife cannot draw. I journal, as Emma says, and I love to journal. Love your art. Gives me so much inspiration.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed your 2022 and have fun in 2023. Here's my question. Do they go with watercolor?
Markers can go with watercolor, yes, traditionally. And I'm assuming these are just simple alcohol markers. So
we're going to find out together today.
Yeah.
No movie pencils. Yep. How do you journal? Is it like a diary? Yes, and sometimes no. You can see it on my channel. What I do, I write a bunch of different things. Sometimes it's a list. It's so funny that you asked that, because yesterday I read an article in the New York Times. No, it wasn't New York Times. Candy Currick's newsletter in the morning. And it was about journaling. And this person who wanted to journal their whole life but wasn't able to keep up the practice, which just was like, sounded so like me. So it was interesting because they said, you know what, it doesn't matter in the end what you journal. You could journal a list, you could do bullet points, you could do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter as long as you're just putting stuff down on paper. You can use it as a brain dump, you can use it as a like a diary type of thing. You can use it as a list of things you've done in your life. It doesn't matter. Just put pen to paper.
How am I doing, everybody? Do these look like they're in a good order? Well, that's why I said everybody and not Donna.
That's correct, because Donna doesn't know. Steph Nerd is here. Oh, send me the article. Oh, okay. I will send you the art. I have to find it. He's trying so hard to organize them. I found your channel recently, and it's been encouraging to me in my art. He did not start yet. We are just showing you.
I have to get these in order before I start.
Yeah, before he has an aneurysm.
No, this is definitely lighter.
Memories I got from seeing this thumbnail. Thanks, Scott. Battle Brooks is here. Scott, out of all the markers, what are your favorite ones you've tried?
Well, I've only tried Copic markers, Crayola, and Art Beak. And so far, or is it Art? Yeah, it's Art Beak. And so far, the Art Beaks are my favorite, and they're the
But
cheapest.
you also tried the Poscas.
Well, Poscas are paint markers.
Okay.
I'm talking about alcohol markers.
Okay.
I feel like
Hey, I'm also an artist. I've been drawing for 8 years, and watching your videos gives me inspiration to improve my art. I'm happy how much of it I've improved over the years.
oh, fantastic.
How do you put your emotions into your art?
I don't. I'd like for my art to have more emotion to it, but I'm not that artsy.
Scott's not the emotional one.
I'm not. I'm a very literal person, so I see something and I copy it, and I'm just not that kind of artist. I wish I I wish I could be, but I just don't think I am.
Finch just pulled out their Ohuhus last night to do a drawing. They're super fun to work with. Oh my god, you guys, they're coming up with all of these things now. Yeah, Scott's favorite brush pen to use is a zebra brush pen.
I think this will work for now. Ooh,
There's a link
I think
in,
this one might be a
the
little,
art supply list.
it's a little
And
more
it's waterproof,
saturated,
that's why
but
he likes them, because he puts his watercolors over them.
I'll go back to
We
that.
have not tried the Deco Time alcohol markers. You
Okay.
guys are gonna come up with all the things that we have never used. Do you prefer to use a big sketchbook or a small sketchbook?
I like smaller ones. This is my favorite size, which is 5.5 by 8. This is the one I take with me when I go sketch places. But I something this large is it's just that's a lot, and I think I like smaller sketchbooks because I can get something down quickly. You can always do a larger piece, but I like to finish something, and I hate to feel like.
Ichi says, look at the back of the big sketchbook. There is a pouch for the pages that you take out of the sketchbook.
Really?
Well, now you gotta look and show everybody.
Okay, hold on. Let me close. Well, there's no point in closing it since I'm gonna be using it.
Yeah, I don't
All right.
know why you would close it.
Can you guys see this? Okay.
Yep. It's a
Look
puppet.
at that.
I love that.
It's like a marsupial. It's a
Keep your little babies.
Little
in
baby
the little
Joey's.
pocket.
Little Joey sketchbook. Okay, here we go. Oh, sketchbook.
Pull it down a little bit, please. Down. Thank you. Perfect. I dare you to go to Dollar Tree and get a bunch of art supplies and create a masterpiece as you always do. The challenge is they have bad art supplies. Good luck.
Just warning you, the art supplies are horrible.
They're the worst things you could ever buy, but do it anyway. You guys are so funny. We are doing well today. We are doing well, but let's see. Yeah, we're doing well. I mean, it's Monday. It's Martin Luther King, so happy Martin Luther King Day.
Well, I was going to do these by value, but I think I should probably do them by some form of RGB kind of thing. So let's start with the yellows, even though that warm gray is nowhere near a yellow. Go to orange.
Are you still trying caricature?
I want to, but I just don't have the desire, I guess, to focus on it enough to make it a full-time thing.
If the mods answer a question, it's because they know the answer. So you can take that as though it is from us, because they know us.
I think I am going to do that. So my thinking is going to go yellows to orange to reds to a dark red to more of a pinkish.
Your bracelets are so nice.
Thank you.
I finally found someone who's obsessed as me in arranging colors. What's your brand of colored pencils that you prefer? Do you like the Karan Dash now?
I do. If I was going to go back to doing colored pencils full time, I would probably switch to Caran d'Ache. Should I do the purple there?
Ohuhu caps don't always match the inks, so I would test first.
They did send, and they did send swatches, so we could do that next too if you guys would like. But I also want to make sure that I get the art done too.
Scott prefers watercolors over gouache. And he loves gouache.
All right, so now we're going into the violets.
He is gonna do it. He is gonna sketch a person. Do you have any thoughts on an aspiring artist dealing with being colorblind? I think we've answered this in previous lives.
Yeah. This is my opinion. My personal opinion. It would be that you have a unique perspective on the world, so I would use that. Just draw the world as you see it. Again, my personal opinion. But I think anything that sets you apart from other people is what makes you a better artist, if that makes sense.
You just have a different perspective on the world.
Yeah.
Oh, good girl.
All right. Not my best work, but
I was going to mention it's not your best work, but you know, I figured I'd cut you a little slack.
All right, should we do swatches, or do you guys want me to just start doing the drawing?
I don't know. What do you guys want to see? You're better than Picasso. That's it. Start the drawing, swatches. What's Scott's favorite part of the face details?
It also came with a colorless blender, which I've never used.
Swatches, drawing, swatches. Maybe swatch as you go. That's a good one. Swatch as you go, because it seems like we're half and half, swatches and drawing. Please don't organize these. The sketchbooks are amazing. Do you ever randomly sketch on them? Like on the outside?
No.
Occasionally he'll put a sticker on them.
Yeah. All right. Let's try this. This shouldn't take too long.
This
so
is
these are
back and forth.
the skin tones. Of course, I just completely rearranged all of the colors. So let's look for powder pink.
Let me go with the numbers. Swatches or jump in, it doesn't matter. Swatches are good to start with so you know what you're working with.
194. The numbers are not in order.
Are you kidding?
585, 596, 644, 196.
They're not in order because they were probably in order in the box and then you reorganize them.
Okay, I'm just going to look for powder pink.
Hey, we've got an Ellen. If you guys have not watched Fiber and Brimstone, she's been going live on TikTok and she's doing the nicest landscapes and coffee shops. And she just did, I watched her do this.
You guys are right. Look at that.
Yeah, that doesn't look
that looks nothing like that.
Nothing like the cat at all.
Wow.
Anyway, you should check out Fiber and Brimstone. Check out her stuff. Do you like classic cars?
I do. Like, I don't know much about them other than, what I know from our 67 Cougar, but.
What do you think about AI art?
I think it's going to be great one day. Right now, it is just ripping off traditional artists, but one day it'll be able to come up with its own stuff.
Okay. Somebody was doing a painting of a tiger. I can't find it. Do you have any suggestions on that? I apologize for not being able to remember where that was.
Is that a question for me, or are you just reading?
The question for you is, can you give some input on drawing animals? Give some tips on drawing animals, specifically a tiger.
Oh, there is a video on that, and it is just a link to the book, How to Draw Animals. Pastel Peach.
Wow, Sierra21 says, hey Scott, just wanted to let you know your YouTube shorts have inspired me to do a drawing or painting every day. I haven't done any art since my baby was born. He's 2.5 now. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's so nice to see. Oh, these are fine too. These are not brush markers. that is going to be a thing. Okay.
Okay, so
So far, these all look very similar.
have you done work in
Warm
only
gray.
charcoal or graphite?
Yes.
How do you differentiate ripping off from borrowing inspiration?
I've done a couple videos about that, and a lot of that is just your own judgment in how much you're changing it.
No, rats are ugly. I do not like rats.
Okay, right now these are all looking very similar.
There's a video on how to stay motivated. Well, aren't those the skin
Pastel
tones?
peach. Yeah.
Scott started doing art when he was about 6 or 7.
I just did. Oh, sorry. I just did pastel peach.
Oh my gosh.
Buttercup yellow.
Stefan says, this makes me think about the plan. Plan goes kaput, throw away the plan, quote. I know, right? There is no plan.
I was under the assumption these were brush markers. This is gonna make today's sketching a little different. Honey.
That's okay. Yes, sweetheart. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
What's your opinion on frogs? They belong outside. We have frogs that like to get into our house.
I liked the game Frogger when I was a kid.
Do you like
Baby.
sculpting?
I'd like to learn sculpting.
We have been married for 30 years. I can now say 30.
A week ago today.
Yep, 1 week ago today. It was 30 years. So we've made it 30 years in 1 week. Now I can kill you.
Pear color.
Any tips on sticking to a bigger drawing? Most of the time when I work on a bigger drawing, I struggle to continue it. Hope y'all are having a good day.
Oh, thanks. I struggle too, which is why I don't do bigger drawings. But when I've had to do bigger drawings, I break it up into daily challenges. You know, maybe 2-3 hours a piece. I can't sit, in front of something that long. So I break it up into, like, if I have to spend 2 weeks on it and just do 2 hours a day, I'll do that.
Let's see. Any suggestions or tips on starting gouache as a beginner? Don't we have some videos on that?
I do. They're just 1 minute videos, but I would say what I did to learn gouache was I just painted something small every day. So I would finish something, move off, do something else. And so that's what I would recommend, is just do little paintings. Don't try to do a big painting on your very first time.
Let's see. We've got a couple people
dog's
who are
back.
newer. I gotta get another thing. I've got a couple people who are newer here. They want to know what sketchbook you have, portable sketchbook that you like to use, and
This is
oil paints.
This is the Be Creative portable sketchbook that I like. It's watercolor, and I love it because I could sketch on both sides and it doesn't bleed through. I just love the feel of it. I like the size too. Fits in my hand, and I could get everything I need. There is a link on our art supplies page.
Art supplies list.
Yeah. And no, I've never done oils except for one time in high school.
That's a Bethany Primrose. Bethany does oil paints.
Reddish yellow.
They should check out Bethany's channel.
There's reddish yellow. I hope this is in some way interesting to you guys. I'm not much for swatches like this, but hopefully you guys like to see this. It is a bit eye-opening how the colors are different. Powdery orange. Let's start
Sorry,
from the bottom.
guys. We have an old lady for
Yellow.
and I just have to handle her a little bit different.
This is not yellow. This is yellow ochre, maybe, but that is not yellow. All right.
Want to come sit?
This is yellow ochre. And let's see what that looks like. That's greenish brown.
Okay. If you could see the exasperation on his face, you gotta love.
Those don't look alike.
You gotta love the exasperation on his face. Oh God.
Potato brown.
Are you serious? It's called potato brown.
That does look like potato brown.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a potato.
Do you have any tips for a beginning watercolorist?
Yeah, tons of them in the art hacks thing, but work from light to dark is my biggest one. Cadmium yellow. This is like.
Bethany says, "Oh, who needs to reswatch their own caps?"
I think so. Yeah.
Potato brown is the best thing I've ever heard.
Light gray orange. Okay, gray orange
brown is great for shading paler skin dramatically. If you've never really used oils, I'd love to see you try them out. Oh boy, you guys are funny. Combustion sent you a large tip here.
Wow, thank you.
Scott.
Thank you, Combustion.
Good morning from Montreal.
Good morning.
Canada today. Are you guys getting snow? Stefner says potato brown like Idaho potatoes. That would be correct, my friend. I'm practicing speed running Mario Brothers. Ugh.
Okay, so I would think this is the darkest color, and I'm not even close, but this is.
Any tips for a newly starting artist?
Draw everything every day. Don't try drawing out of your head. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but if you want to learn, draw what you see and draw everything. Don't just draw.
Just get a pen,
people
paper,
or
a sketchbook and a pencil and draw it.
Yep.
Take it with you everywhere.
This one is called Brun.
Do you need my glasses, honey?
BRUN. No, I'm reading it right. I didn't know if that was supposed to be brown, but
we also tried yesterday to find some software that would help us so that it doesn't go in focus and out of focus with the camera that we're using right now. And we are having a really hard time with that. So I apologize.
Yeah, we got a really good. We got a nice camera, but
it's just that it won't focus.
What?
Stefner says, now all I can think about is the purple potatoes from Peru. I want to try those.
Purple potatoes from Peru.
Oh my God. Like, do they taste purple? I don't know. And wouldn't the taste of purple be great? That's my thing. That's all I'm saying. Oh, good. Arizona's getting rain. Finally. Our family out in California has been drenched for days, but they desperately need it. Favorite snack, honey?
Gummy Coke bottles.
Purple potatoes from Peru. Try saying that 5 times. I know, right? Brun is brown in French, I believe. Oh. It's cold out here in Florida. We were there last week, and surprisingly, it was chilly at night, and it was really nice. Stefner has had purple carrots. They were less sweet than traditional ones. I always like those carrot chips. Like you can buy them in the store, and they're all the multicolored carrots. They love those.
All right.
Do you often travel?
No. We'd like to travel a little more, but maybe a couple times a year.
We are hobbits by nature, so we like being home and having our tea over the fire, and I personally prefer a good book.
I am not doing it. Oh, look at this. They printed out a skin tones one for you.
How did you not see that?
I didn't.
Oh my God.
But it doesn't look like it.
Nope, it doesn't. No, wait, it's a different one though. It looks different. Yours is 4 across the top, and that's 6 across the top. Oh, it's 4 and then 6 down, and this one is.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. Why would you print one that doesn't match? Shouldn't it match so you can? I don't know. Okay, whatever. That's weird.
All right.
Christina says, I feel like it's better to do your own swatches because it never matches. Any tips on drawing characters' expressions? My characters always end up with a neutral expression.
Photo reference. That is my biggest thing, is photo reference.
That is who we're doing. Israel, who did the who sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That is who he's Gonna be
I figured Ohuhu had a big Hawaiian theme, and
rain and snow in northern Utah. It's pretty okay in Texas right now. We haven't had any interesting weather in months. And now you just jinxed yourself. I'm not saying, but you know.
nothing can stop us now.
Exactly. What's your favorite vegetable?
Cucumbers.
Do you like jazz?
Not particularly.
I like jazz. Who amongst the mods is a digital or graphite pencil artist? Okay, so David, if necessary, is our digital artist. I don't know who else uses graphite pencils. I think a lot of them use pencils, but then paint over it. How are we, honey?
We're doing okay, thank you.
As a Hobbit, are you more of a Baggins or a Toque?
Baggins.
I just watched a video of a YouTuber getting a package of your art in, and she said she loved it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Aww.
All right, let me hit record.
Hey Scott, I started watching you recently, and thanks to you, I've gotten the courage to face watercolors again.
Oh, that's great. I hope you like it.
Amelia, there is a video on where Scott finds his photo reference. You can check that out because that will give you all of the tips on where he finds things from there. Oh my God.
What?
Look at this. I have a friend.
Oh.
My puppy will not leave my side. It's kind of funny. More tips for watercolor. Okay, Scott's favorite pizza is cheese. He will show you the photo reference. Give him a minute. He is inspired by other people's art for sure. Museums and tons of other artists.
Can you see it okay?
Yes, we can. Thank you very much. Do you like paint markers?
Yeah, the Artex ones I really like. The ones I used to do the Kurt Cobain. That was pretty cool.
For gouache, I hear a lot of people say going from dark to light. Do you agree? I thought you did.
No, for gouache, it is midtones to darks and then lights.
Let's see. More tips for watercolors. There's a ton of watercolor tips in the Art Hacks playlist. We have 2 kids, but they are grown. What artist got you hooked on art?
Oh, I guess initially my mom, and then Steve Ditko's Spider-Man.
Should we just go with, the question is, what are your favorite art supplies? Should we just go with check out the art supply list, and those are all of your favorite supplies?
Yeah, I would say so.
How do you make comics? How do you start them and like ideas? Can you make a tutorial, please?
I could try to, but yeah, it's the short answer is writing. You got to write something first. My first comics, I just made the art and then I figured out the words, and that was just not a smart thing to do. Write it.
You should do a sketchbook tour. Oh, he's done several sketchbook tours.
Yeah, you'll see them in like recaps of different years and whatnot.
How's Armin doing? Well, it's funny that you asked, but thank you for asking, Sarah. She is doing. We are touch and go. We are good one day, and then we are not good the next day. Today we are good. But we are needy. We want to be near mom all the time, which is fine. So she is laying at my feet right now, which is kind of cute. But thanks for asking. Who's your favorite Avenger?
Captain America.
Have you ever tried pointillism?
I did. The black and white type. Not like Sirocco kind of thing, but. Yeah, I did like it back in the day. It was in high school.
How do you get rid of art block?
I did a video on that. But for me, it is going to a museum, looking up other people's art, copying other people's art, looking at cosplayers, photographs, etc.
Finding things that inspire you.
So, oh, you were saying to them. Okay.
Yes, I'm adding to you. Finding things that inspire you. My daughter Annette is 12 and was curious to know when you started doing art. Well, tell Annette we said hi. And Scott started drawing when he was about 6 or 7, but he didn't really get serious until he was in high school. And we'd love to see if Annette draws. We'd love to see some of her drawings. What markers did you use in the trying marker paper video?
Oh, those were the Art Beak ones. And I really like them because they're cheap and they get the job done. You know, that's really all markers need to do. Markers are a temporary medium, so they're not meant to be, you know, hung up in galleries and whatnot. That should be fine.
Let's see. Help me fix my art block.
Oh, that's
Seriously,
great.
probably like the best thing for you to do with the art block is just go to a museum and get inspired, or go somewhere that you've never been that would inspire you. You could even walk around your neighborhood with a sketchbook and draw the trees and draw the leaves and draw the snow or whatever's outside your window. Let's see. Georgia says, I don't know why I do this, but anytime I'm on the stream, I always get so nervous. I really don't know why. It just kind of happens.
Oh, don't be nervous.
Well, you shouldn't be nervous.
I mean, I'm the one who should be nervous. Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who could screw up in front of everybody. Oh, wait, he's already done that.
Yep.
Numerous times. Favorite breakfast dish?
Gosh, waffles, I think.
Donuts. They're terrible for me, but I love them. We do not have a Patreon. Tips on gouache.
Work midtones and then into darks and then come in with the highlights later.
Pineapple on a pizza is heresy. Fight me. What art piece are you the most proud of?
Probably the Animal Crackers movie poster.
What is your favorite food, honey?
Probably shirva, which is a Assyrian stew.
Do you like croissants? Yes. The answer is yes. Any tips on anatomy?
Oh, on anatomy? I would say get a book called How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, or Dynamic. Is it Dynamic? There's a link in the resources.
What's your favorite art piece? Lindsay, art piece that he's done or art piece like from another artist? Are you guys ready for Halloween? No, it's January. We just got here. I'm not ready for the end of the year yet. Oh my gosh, we got to get there. Why don't you use a grid to sketch out the photo?
Because tracing is actually easier. So if I'm going to trace, then I'll just project it. It's easier. It's more time effective. So that's what I'll do. But otherwise, like today, I'll just find shapes. This was a fairly easy one.
I'm confused.
All right, let's give this a shot.
What is the best advice for starting my first sketchbook? To just draw a lot and not worry about it looking good. I mainly draw digitally, so traditionally I always worry about every line I draw.
Don't just doodle stuff around the house, like bottle of ketchup and stuff like that.
Salt and pepper.
Just do little tiny sketches and just fill up your sketchbook like that. You're not trying to make art. You're just learning to just draw what you see. All right, here we go. Oh, I got to put. Oh, I did. I put the plastic already underneath. Okay, good. You ready?
I'm waiting for you.
Oh, this is really dark.
Yeah, that's really orange. Let's see. My son is 9 and he did an amazing drawing of Wednesday and he was inspired by you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Aaron, what is your least favorite art supply?
Right now, it is oil pastels.
How long did it take you to get this many subscribers?
11 months. We started up late February, so I would say 10 or 11 months.
Should I do photography next year when I enter high school?
If you would like to, yeah. Photography is fun.
What's going on in your mind when you're persistent on making a piece work? Probably don't get those questions a lot because you're amazing. And what helps you stay patient with it?
Well, thank you. No, I am constantly second guessing every piece I do, and I'm terrified every time I start a new piece. So like right now I'm going, oh, how am I going to do this? This is too dark. I should have started light to dark. I should have done this. I should have done that. But I think what I've come to I'm at peace knowing that I'm not going to like every work, piece of art that I make. And so therefore I am okay with just going for it and messing up. So I'm okay with that. And I think once you're okay with messing up and you're okay with failing spectacularly, then it's just becomes less of a big deal.
Everybody makes a big deal about failure, and I'll tell you something. Failure is just a chance to figure out what you did wrong and do something better next time.
Well, but the other thing is that 9 times out of 10, there is no wrong. You're making art. There's no right and wrong. There's no. Yeah, I know. But that's the thing is people get so wrapped up with this is wrong and you can't do this and you shouldn't do this, and it's art, and I think the great thing that traditional art has over digital art is the mistakes are there permanently. There's no undo button. And because of that, as traditional artists, we have to embrace those mistakes. And they have to become a part of our every piece. It's there's ways to fix mistakes from, like I said, you can use gouache to cover up some watercolor, et cetera, et cetera. But I think traditional artists need to embrace the mistakes, as Bob Ross used to say, happy accidents.
Okay, so awareness, education, and love with Kayla sent you a very large tip, which
Wow,
was very sweet.
Thank you.
It says, you have really helped me get back into art. I struggle with mental health and autism, and so focus is hard for me. I love your Hobbit hole too.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you.
I think the thing that people forget is that everybody's struggling with something.
Yeah.
And to just be kind to everybody, And it's great that you found something that's helping you,
I found that kindness and empathy are things that the world needs more of. And we just, we were, when we were at, we were at Disney World celebrating our 30th anniversary, and we just wanted a nice, peaceful night's sleep. And, we got this nice room and we spent extra money. And there was a family with these kids that were up crying all through the night. And Donna was getting
not just crying,
screaming and all through the night. And Donna was getting so mad, and I was saying, honey, I said, exhausted. Imagine what they're going through. They're not. They're there.
He was a way better person than I was for it.
But I mean, a lot of that is just learning to just put yourself in other people's shoes, and
yes, my thing was whenever we stayed in a hotel with the boys, our kids were not screamers.
They were.
And so, like, I have no frame of reference for that. So I was like, why is this kid screaming at 2 o'clock in the morning? And it was just, anyway,
The point is that the world could use a little more empathy.
Yeah, he had the empathy, and he sort of drug me along with him, so it was a good thing. So 2 o'clock in the morning is not a good time for me, though. My class is going to be doing watercolor as our activity for tomorrow. I'm so excited to go through it, as you are one of my inspirations when I paint in watercolor.
Oh, that's great. Have fun. Remember, light to dark. Use your lightest colors first and just build it up.
What is your favorite medium?
Right now it's watercolors.
Screwing up is all part of the creative process.
It is.
Do you have any new series planned soon?
Not right now. The problem I have with the series is I'll get a weekend and then I get bored and I want to do something else. I don't know if you've noticed, but my channel, especially lately, has been everything from, hey, I got a camera, to, whatever. Here's Esmeralda. Now I'm going to the zoo. Now I'm constantly going, what do I want to do today? And we jokingly call it attention, short attention span theater. And I think when I do these long, especially like the 60 days of studying the masters, that's 2 months of doing the same thing. And while we learned a lot and we really loved it, it's creatively, I feel like, I want to do something else.
Let's see. Do you have a favorite brand of colored pencils?
Well, it was Prismacolor, but after my testing, I really think the Caran d'Ache are worth the money. But that said, I did do a video where I talked about just colored pencils are not economically a great choice for making art. And I would not invest in them. And I invested a lot. I mean, that was my main, for 2 decades, that was my main career was, well, not career, but, my art style was colored pencils. So I would say, looking back, it was not a smart choice. And that's why I did that video where we talked about just the economics of it all.
Okay. Scott has definitely painted plenty of horses in his time. A lot of people are agreeing with you that the world could use more empathy. What's your least favorite drawing? There's a corner of shame, and there's several least favorite drawings.
Those are not my least favorite, because the least favorite get thrown out.
Scott has no tips for oil paints, but Bethany Primrose does. And yes, she does paint and draw. And she can give you some input on oil paints. And yes, I just threw her under the bus. Let's see, they want you to try the Artistro watercolors. There's a video on how to draw hands.
It's not a great video.
But it's a video.
Yeah, I'm not great at drawing hands.
Have you heard of Crawford and Black? They're very cheap and high quality business. You should try them. They have everything.
No, I have not. Thank you.
Commissions are closed right now. No, Scott has never worked for Disney.
Well, I did do a couple of shorts. Remember, they wanted the lab, and then that turned into Ed's Terrestrials.
That's
and then,
right, that's right. Yeah, but not like officially.
I got paid.
Do you normally do face drawings, or could you also do bodies as well? If so, why don't you do bodies very often?
I was thinking about that because I do a lot of body stuff. The thing is that it's just, if I'm doing 90 minutes, that's usually what I'm looking at, is just if I'm going live, and that's just more. So this is just a scale of economics for me. It's just going, I only have so much time, so I'll just do a portrait. And But I do love bodies. I love, shoulders and arms, and I love all of that stuff.
Love your work. Since you have so much experience in art, do you know NID, the design college? I'm currently studying there and just wanted to know.
Oh, no, I don't. Sorry. But I mean, I graduated college in 1991. So don't take it personally. I have not kept up on what colleges are doing what.
Do you ever struggle with sensory issues working with certain mediums? For instance, I find I can't touch certain types of paper. It's like touching something hot.
For me, cotton is like that, like a cotton ball.
Oh God.
Like
yes.
that squeaky feel. Oh, I just don't like it. But I haven't found it too much in art materials.
Who is the guy you are drawing?
This is Israel Kamakawiwoʻole, if I'm saying it right, but I will practice it before I make the video. He was a famous Hawaiian singer, and since Ohuhu markers kind of had a whole Hawaiian vibe, I thought I would try painting them.
Let's see. Leia says, "Wow, you're amazing. I watch your videos all the time, and I own the game Paperboy."
Oh wow, that's great, and thank you.
I feel like colored pencils are best at detailing for painting mediums.
Yeah. Colored pencils I still use a lot. Like I'm going to use them on this piece. But go ahead.
Not bad.
No, I'm done.
Did the Beatles ever get boring to do?
No, because it was only 4 days.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't like cotton balls either.
Oh, good. So it's not just me.
Nope. I don't like them either. I don't have sensory really things. I don't know what year it was. You can do the math, but probably when Scott was 6 or 7 is when he started drawing. Yes, finally he is trying out these markers. Well, we finally got them in.
Yeah. You guys asked, and so Donna reached out to them, and they said, yeah, we'd love to send you some to try out.
Get in touch with you.
And they sent us a bunch of them.
Yes. They've also given us a code. We'll get that up for you today. So you guys can...
they sent us a discount code.
Yeah, discount code. It's only 10% off, but 10% is better than nothing. So you might be able to get them a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but when I priced them yesterday, it looked like everything was pretty much the same pricing. So, and we're not getting any money out of it. It's just a discount code for you guys.
Yeah.
So
whenever a company does offer us anything, we always say, whatever you, because a lot of companies are really cool about saying, hey, look, we'll give you a percentage of any sales and stuff. And we say, no, we're making enough right now from YouTube. Just add that to the discount.
Yeah.
In some cases, yeah. So, but not every company offers that.
No, they don't want to do that. Let's see. Any tips for alcohol markers?
I would say, I don't know. I'm sure everybody does them differently, but for me, I just kind of go for it, and then I'll figure it out later because I could always come back in with colored pencils. So for me, colored pencils are always the backup plan.
Scott was an illustration major in college. Careful, Scott. The blending brush damages paper and leaves those clumps all over the paper.
Oh, really?
That's Palmer.
Okay, I was going to try it too.
Well, try and see. I mean,
okay, this red is probably going to be way too red, but I got to try it in the cheeks.
I love all your art. Do you draw cartoons?
I will draw cartoons from time to time.
If you could only do one kind of art style and materials, what would you pick?
Probably the watercolors.
You guys just love to...
What's wrong?
It's just funny. They love to ask you, like, if you only had one art
if you were trapped on a desert island and you only had one... Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Like, if I took away all your Prismacolors, what would you color with? You know, it's like, it's so funny. It just makes me laugh.
All right,
Do the noises of the markers annoy you, though?
No, surprisingly, they don't. You would think they would, but they don't. All right. Baby skin pink.
What paper should you use gouache on, please? I'm really struggling. That's Sophia.
Sorry, what was the question?
What paper should you use gouache on, please?
I like hot press watercolor paper. That's my personal favorite.
Because it's very smooth.
Yeah, I just like the way that it works.
They would like to see the photo reference again.
There you go. So I'm trying to get those reds in the cheeks.
Are you meant to add water when using acrylics?
Yes. Yeah, you're supposed to thin them out with water.
Okay, let's see. We have not seen the new Puss in Boots movie. Why do you love watercolors?
I think what I like about watercolors is the speed that I can get art made with, and I like the artsiness, the looseness of it. I did a video on Friday, if you want to watch it, and it was just talking about why I switched from colored pencils to watercolor, and I think that kind of encapsulates the stuff I'm just mentioning right now.
How are you liking the markers?
They're very basic right now. Like I said, I like the brush tips better, but I think the big one that they sent me is brush tips, so I'll probably like that better. For me, with markers, more colors is better, and so I'd be looking to that.
I still can't draw every day. I somehow can't. Asking for some advice. I have the thought in my head that I can't draw good. Do you have any advice?
You're just a normal artist. We all think the same thing. I'm not happy with what I'm making right now. So we're just human beings. We have fears. We have insecurities. It's completely normal. The difference between you and we'll say a successful artist is just the difference between you deciding this is normal. I'm gonna have fears. I'm gonna have insecurities, and I'm just gonna keep going. That's the only difference between someone who doesn't make art and someone who does make art. Is anybody can make art. It's just a matter of pushing past that insecurity, pushing past that fear. So just if it's truly what you like to do, you're going to push past that fear. You're going to push past the insecurity. Just know,
but hold on a second. That's a hard thing to do.
I didn't say it was easy. I just said, but that's it. It's art is one of those things that you don't do to get rich. Like, like people go, oh, I got into stock brokering because I wanted to make a lot of money. No one does it because they like it, or what they do it because they want to make money. But art, whether it's music or poetry or painting or whatever, is because it's something inside you that you just have to do. It doesn't mean you're gonna not have the same insecurities and the same fears, but it's just something that is just, you do it because you love it. And if those insecurities and those fears are just so overwhelming and you can't get past it, that's going to be your biggest block, not your talent. So it's I just don't want you to feel like you're experiencing anything unique. And I'm saying that in the nicest way. I am terrified every time I start a piece, whether I'm doing it publicly or on my own. I feel like I'm the worst artist in the world. I feel like my art is completely insignificant.
Let me interject too. He even said that a couple times when we were on our trip, that I remember you saying this, like, I'm just not happy with this. I think this is this isn't coming out the way I wanted. This doesn't look good, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing that out there.
the thing is I just want you to know that you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So now that you know that, if you can get past that and keep making art, fantastic. But if that is just too crippling and too much for you, then you have to decide if this is really something that's worth pushing through. Because I would hate for you to just live a life of torment and saying, you're constantly in fear of these things. I don't know if I'm saying this right, and I apologize. I'm trying to help.
Let's see. Thank you for introducing me to gouache. It's really improved my artwork, and I love working with it.
Oh, fantastic.
It's tiled flooring. Have you ever tried stop motion?
I did. And my son did too. We really liked it.
What is an art medium you would like to try or get better at?
Sculpting. One day I'd like to try sculpting.
What do you love about watercolors?
The artsiness that is inherent with it. There's a just a sploosh of colors, and the way that they kind of sit is effortless.
Does designing differ from painting?
Yeah. Designing is coming up with something. Painting is rendering something.
Would you consider yourself a successful artist? Boy, is that a loaded question.
Yeah.
That's Lisbeth.
I would say this is 2022 was the very first year in my entire 53-year, well, I'm 54 now, life that I'd ever made money. Ever made a living with my art. First time in my entire life.
And I've been here for 35 years of that.
Yeah. So I don't know if 1 year makes me a successful artist, but for the first time in my life, I felt like I had found some success. And
but that depends on how you're defining it.
Well, for me, it's just being able to support the family.
Okay.
That was the defining thing for me. I genuinely don't see myself as an artist that anybody will remember my art, once I'm gone. You're not going to see my work in a gallery or anything like that. Well, I'm just saying, my art isn't in any way unique or revolutionary or anything like that. But those are so rare, and I think it's like saying, well, I'm a musician and I'm not going to be as big as Elvis or Michael Jackson or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but you don't have to be. You could just be a musician that makes the people around you happy. And that's what I'm focusing on. Is I don't need to be famous. I don't need to be remembered. But if I could at least make the people happy, then that's enough for me.
Making people happy.
Yep.
And that's no small thing. This is my first live of yours that I'm watching.
Welcome.
You are my idol. That is.
Thank you.
What is your favorite Beatles song?
Blackbird or Day in the Life? I might try the.
How does it feel to be art dad to 1.48 million art children? Okay, first of all, that's a little daunting right there. Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's cute. Albert Lab says, also glad you loved Italy. Love seeing Venice through your eyes.
Oh, God, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Let's see. Thank you a lot. You made a lot of sense.
Oh, with the
getting them over the
I hope so. I like I said, I worry that it comes across, hopefully it doesn't come across in any way condescending or anything like that. That is never my intent. I want you to know that you're you're not alone, and I hate to say, you know, you're not different, you know, in any way. But I want you to know that I and every artist I've ever met has had insecurities, and we're worried no one's going to like our art, and so I just want you to know that you're not alone in that.
Amy says, I used to do that and draw because I had to, and then I had a child, and now I have no creativity and feel like everything isn't good. Gotta get my skill set back after 7 years of no drawing.
You know, my mom did that, I think.
Amy, you are not alone. You are not. Motherhood takes everything out of you.
Yeah.
Everything.
My mom was doing fashion illustration before we came along, me and my sister, and then she stopped, and she was so good at it.
It's hard. It's hard to take your focus on, and then your focus is like, oh my gosh, I have to do, if you're working, or every mom's working, in the house, out of the house, everything. But it's like, there are so many facets of it, it doesn't surprise me.
I'm trying it.
Carve out 5 minutes for yourself.
I'm trying the blending marker.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Are we liking the blending marker?
I'm not really seeing anything happen yet.
I'm not seeing anything happening either. Not really doing a whole lot, is it? Well, doing a little bit.
You know what I haven't done?
What? Check to see if it's going through?
That's not too bad.
That is not too bad. That's good paper. One thing I pass on to my students is that we are all in transition of our art skills, including me. That desire to improve is always there, so just enjoy the process. That's Ryan. That's a fantastic thing to pass on to your students.
We're all trying to get better. We never are going to achieve.
No. Can we just take a minute? Ryan's the art teacher that we all want.
Yes.
I'm just going to throw that out there because there's been so many people who have said my art teacher was, took my art and ripped it to pieces and this. You're doing it right, Ryan. You're doing it right.
All right. So I am going to do something different because I am not happy with those blending markers. They didn't really do anything. So I'm going to try.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just thrilled that Ryan's an art teacher and he's supportive of his kids because I think that's amazing.
Some colored pencils.
Okay. I love how he's not afraid to mess up or put color down. It's an amazing thing. Who are your favorite illustrators to study from?
Drew Struzan, who did movie posters, was one of my favorites. But I like J.C. Leyendecker. Recently was more Alphonse Mucha. There's a ton of great artists out there. Check out the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood, was fantastic.
Let's see. Who's your favorite Lord of the Rings character?
Gimli.
Can you try the Stabilo? He has tried the Stabilo brush pens.
Did I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you passed on a couple to me. They're not waterproof. How do you make so many puns in most of your videos? Oh, that's easy. He's a dad.
I'm a dad. It comes with the territory.
With the
yeah.
Who's your favorite person to draw, except for obviously your wife or kids?
Gandalf, Severus Snape, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. I got a few.
Ryan, have a great time teaching those kids. He's teaching grade 8 some watercolor.
Oh, that's great.
Are you using a photo reference right now?
Oh, yeah. You'll see it in the thumbnail, but here you go. So,
Dude says you are incorrect there, sir. You will be remembered by thousands of people who love your work.
Oh, you're too kind, and please know, everybody wants to be remembered. Everybody wants to have some meaning, and but that's not the only way to have an impact on the world. And
hold on, real quick. What's the name or number of the marker you just used for the shadows?
That was a blue.
Yeah, can you tell us what it was?
Again, well, for the eyebrows, I just used a blue. So that was a Napoleon blue. But the shadows, I don't remember what color. I could go back and you can maybe see it in the video, when it replays. This is where I say colored pencils work so well with.
Here's a good question that I don't think we've ever had before. Do you have any tips for thinking more creatively or originally to come up with ideas for a piece?
I am from the school, and not that there's an actual school, it's just a figure of speech, but I'm of the school that nothing is original anymore. Everything is derivative of something else, which is completely fine. But that's how I think. So for me, I'm looking at, well, what if I took Art Nouveau and some comic books and that kind of thing?
What if I put together all these things?
Yeah. So I really don't really have like a system of this is how I come up with something original, because I really don't feel that I do.
Okay, Ashtunes Travels is the traveling caricature artist. He's checking in.
Hey.
Buying a new, bigger camper next week, and I'm nervous.
I'm
Good
sure
for
it's
you,
going to be
though.
fun.
That's exciting for you to do more traveling to get your art out there more. So they want to know what your favorite medium is. Is it still watercolor?
Still watercolor, yeah.
Best advice for young artists.
Draw everything every day. Don't draw from out of your head exclusively, draw what you see. Fill up sketchbooks drawing the world around you, and that will help you as an artist. All right, so the colored pencils are just going to always bring it back home. It's going to make it all a little bit
more defined.
There's more subtlety to them, and
I would say everything that you do is mixed media.
Yeah.
You're always using more than just watercolors. You're always outlining with a pen, or you're using your colored pencils, or you're doing something. So I think everything you do is mixed media.
See, I want to. There's some purples down here, but I'm afraid this purple is going to be really dark. Yeah, see? That's just way too dark.
Let's see. This specific art style that Scott's doing with all the blending and the things, he's been evolving this for years. If that helps. It's just really the evolution of what he's been doing. Do you have a favorite bird? I don't know if you have a favorite bird.
Peregrine falcon.
Mine is a hyacinth macaw. I love them. They have their feathers are like that.
Sorry, it was the wrong answer.
Color.
Try again.
Totally the wrong answer. The cobalt blue color of their feathers is so pretty, and they can have 800 pounds of pressure with their beak.
Wow. I'm going to try green.
I want 800 pounds of pressure with my beak. Anyway, is using markers over pencil, pre-sketch, ruin the markers, like more so the lighter ones.
Ooh, that green is way too dark. I'm sorry, does
using markers over the pencil, pre-sketch, ruin the markers, like more so the lighter ones?
I don't know. It's possible, but
I've never seen it ruin the markers. Actually, V says, hi there. Ever since finding out about you and your artworks, I've picked up my will to draw again after burning myself out on all kinds of other things. Thank you for inspiring me again.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, Bethany says, motherhood murdered my art for a long, long time. It does that. Motherhood just sort of...
Stupid kids.
I know, they ruin everything. I'm telling you.
All right, let's try. I'm trying all the different colors, trying to see if any...
launch a clothing line.
Oh, God.
We do have a clothing line. It's called Blow Dryer.
Oh,
you can find it on Crowdmade.
It's not a clothing line, but yeah.
The drawing is really coming together now. September 9/11 says, hello, I've been watching your content for a while, and I just wanted to say that I love your art, and I've seen your style somewhat become a bit represented into mine. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Frog in a Trench Coat, which, by the way, love that name. I'm not sure if you've answered this before, but who or what was your biggest inspiration when you started learning how to draw?
My mom. She was the one who, gave me lessons and encouraged me.
Albert Lab says, it's not even just motherhood. Sometimes just life gets in the way. I only restarted last year after 10 years. Also, yeah, the Ohuhu blender isn't the best. It's true. Sometimes life just does get in the way. Life is just life. We're human and stuff gets in the way. The blended marker doesn't do much. Let's see. Scott, it was finally, I'm so happy I was finally able to see you live. You're my favorite artist and I take lots of inspiration from you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Okay, this is a great one. Harper HDRD says, my father was part of a group of musicians called, I can't even pronounce that, I'm not going to even try, which in translation means lonely song makers. Their motto was just to make songs, no need for immortality through fame. They are cool.
That's fantastic.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that's fantastic.
I know I have a different pink.
They just made songs because they needed to get them out and to make the songs.
Yeah.
Scott was about 6 or 7 when he started making art. What's the best art supply? Boy, is that a loaded question.
The best art supply is the one that you like the most.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought of making your own bracelets?
No. I don't know anything about jewelry making.
Just a small suggestion for Mother's Day this year. I think it would be very cool if you did an art piece in the style that your mother used to draw in.
Yeah. That would be kind of interesting.
The best art supply is your hand. To the best of my knowledge, you've never tried the Arteza alcohol markers.
Not that I know of.
And Frank says, I found that if I put the blender marker down, then the color over it and go back with the blender again, my blends come out smoother.
Really?
That's what Frank says. Good evening from Czechia. Glad I could make it since I usually end work later.
Good evening.
Scott, I'm not an artist. I'm not really an artist, but I've seen some other artists recommend adding a layer of pencil underneath and it blends better. I hope that helps.
Oh, thanks. We should try that. Speaking of which, I'm going to try.
You can get cool effects with the markers by using rubbing alcohol and a paintbrush.
Well, I'm going to try just taking this one and seeing what happens. So I'm taking this, I don't know, some sort of yellow. Just going to see if I can.
Are the eraser pencils worth it? I don't like how inaccurate the big block erasers are.
Eraser pencils. I don't know if I've seen
You
these.
have those.
Oh, those things.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I really like them. Sorry, I was thinking of, we were talking about blending markers, and so I was like, what's an eraser pencil? Yeah, I like them. Honestly, for travel, they're good. But for home, I like the electric one.
Is there any sketchbooks of artists that you would recommend to an artist to take inspiration from or do master copies?
I don't know about sketchbooks, but there are a couple in my book resources, like J.C. Leyendecker and Alphonse Mucha, et cetera, et cetera. All right, let's get some hair.
Linda says, my husband yelled blow dryer in art class. Funny because it was Fontare in Danish and everybody was confused. That's funny. What's the weirdest experience you've ever had regarding your art career? Oh, I've got a couple on the tip of my tongue, but I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Gosh. Well, I got inducted into the New York Society of Illustrators. That was pretty cool.
Experience.
I'm trying to think. I forgot to hit record again. I don't know. You tell me, Donna. Which ones are you thinking of?
Well, you've had some interesting commissions.
Oh, yeah.
The
Well,
weirdest things in your art career.
They wouldn't part of my career. These weird commissions.
I think some of the most interesting things are like where you've been asked to do like paintings and stuff, and people are like, no, don't do it like this, do it like that.
Yeah, no, those I just forget about those.
Those are weird to me.
For me,
the weirdest experience.
I know, but I think weird to me is meeting your idols, stuff like that.
That's not weird. That's not weird.
Maybe not to you.
No, that's true. That's not weird to me. You asked me.
No, they asked me.
And then you asked me.
Yeah, and your ideas were stupid.
Are always stupid. That's why you're the idea guy. You're the idea guy, and I'm logistics and execution. There we go. When you are doing your sketch a day, do you typically have to have a free day to do that, or can you fit it into a regular day easily?
Are you, when I say draw everything every day kind of thing? No, that is just like while you're eating breakfast or on a break. It's just, keep a sketchbook with you, and the sketch should take you 10 minutes. It's not an endeavor.
I think some people think like it has to be like a specific time every day, or
look.
You can take one of these little sketchbooks that Scott has like in his sketch wallet, and if you're sitting there and you're waiting for your class to start, sketch a chair in the front of the classroom, and sketch.
Let me show you.
Getting a cup of coffee. Sketch. Sketch something while you're waiting for your coffee.
So this is my sketch wallet. Yeah. Okay, it has this little pen, and this is my little sketchbook. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is tiny, right?
Yep.
And I can keep notes in it, which I did, and then I'll sketch my shoe or the doctor's sink. Or a fountain or a trash can.
You don't know what you sketched on there, do you?
No, this was the desk of the sales clerk when we were buying Logan's car. This was on the flight out. There's the bathroom and the exit sign and
the bathroom?
the people's heads and but I'm saying this is what I'm talking about. Is you just practice just drawing is what it is, and it's not art. It's not something that people need to see. It's just you're just doing it for you, so you just get used to seeing shapes and also it's just fun to just make art for yourself.
You guys are funny. Okay, Lizbeth wants to know if you consider yourself a successful artist. By the way, I love your videos so much, and I'm a young 11-year-old artist. My favorite medium is gouache.
Oh, I love gouache. No, I don't consider myself a successful artist. To me, a successful artist is someone who is recognized for their art and their work is in galleries, and they go to these big parties, and I don't know. For me, I'm just a hobbit.
You have a weird definition of success because there is no artist that I know who loves to go to the big parties.
I don't know.
Artists typically, by definition,
the parties wasn't the major, but I don't know. You got out of all of that, you picked up on the parties.
Yeah,
I was talking about the successful, and they're selling their art, and it's their works in galleries, and
because that's what you look at. You like, what's he wearing? A beret and a scarf, and he's sitting there with his little glass of port or whatever. I mean, it's a weird visual.
She does that to me all the time. She'll pick up on one sentence out of a.
Do. It's a thing. I've done this for 30 years, and you still put up with me. So Okay. No, we've never heard of the brand Art 101. What's your favorite thing to draw?
Hair.
His favorite pizza is cheese. Your favorite watercolor paper is the Be Creative paper. Your October stickers have just arrived here in Germany. Can you tell me next time a bit sooner if seasonal stickers are coming out so I can pre-order them? I'm sorry. Guys, that took a long time to get those made. For some reason, those took a while. I don't know what the deal was with that, but we did one of Edward Hopper's paintings.
Yes. It's in the 60 Days of Studying the Masters playlist.
Yeah, he was the cafe, the diner.
Hopper's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually last week. I reposted it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My favorite one out of all of those was Wanderer Over a Sea of Fog. And I still, to this day, that is one of my favorite paintings you've ever done, and we sold it. Should have kept it.
That's my wife, a life of regrets.
No, I don't have a life of regrets.
The purse from Paris.
You know, I don't even think about that anymore.
Yeah?
No, I don't think about that anymore. I don't. Your art has helped me to try new art-related things as a young artist. Do you have any tips for being more confident in your art or just for young artists in general?
Yeah, I can't speak for confidence because I don't have confidence. I think what you're looking for is indifference. It's just like, I'm going to hate it anyhow. My work sucks. It's just learn to be indifferent about not liking your work, because every artist doesn't like their work, and that's I think the best I can do to help is just to say that is the best an artist can hope for. I mean, do I think that there are some artists who think that their work is the absolute best? Yeah, I mean, they're self-deluded. And I just don't think that's a good place for any artist to be.
I don't think that's a good place for any human to be.
Yeah,
Thinking you're just the best. I mean, come on.
I think you just need to accept. Just accept that as humans, we're always going to judge ourselves compared to others. We're always going to think that we could have done this better or that better or whatever, and that's okay. Honey, everything okay?
Yep, everything's good. Just sorry, sometimes I get texts in the middle. Okay, I don't know what this is, but have you ever tried colored liners or pens with your art?
Yeah, when they say liners, they're talking about like a zebra brush pen.
Oh.
A lot of people, for some reason, they call them liners.
Oh, okay.
I got sent some from Etcher Labs and never really did anything. I never tried them. I'm not particularly fond of colored liners.
I think they work better with bullet journaling and journaling in general, like different, when people do those really fancy spreads and stuff like that, they do stuff like that. Let's see. I finally made it to a live.
Welcome.
I wanted to start a children's book.
Oh, that's great.
And any advice? I love your art, and you are so helpful.
Yeah, I mean, children's books is a really difficult industry to get into, but I would say write the story. Don't worry about the art just yet. Write the story.
Should I use a grid or not?
If you need to.
Yeah, why not? Are there any affordable colored pencils? I could really use some new ones. Love your art. That's best.
I think the most affordable, decent colored pencils were the Artex ones. Yes.
Yep.
I did a video on that, and it's in the
Mhm.
products we've tried. Those were the most affordable. They're not the best.
Yeah. No, they're
But
not.
they were the
best,
most
but they're
affordable, decent ones.
Yep.
They're better
That's
than
what they
the
asked for,
Crayola ones.
Affordable colored pencils. That's what they asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't use the Crayolas. No offense to Crayola. We love Crayola, but not the colored pencils. I still love that you did a Van Gogh with crayons. That cracks me up. All right. Between the stuff like the 4 Days of the Beatles and the animals from around the world, which group of art is your favorite?
The hair journal.
Oh yeah.
I love the hair journal. I just something about it.
He actually was talking about doing another hair journal. Yeah. What is your favorite show? By the way, I love your art.
Thank you. It would be either Avatar: The Last Airbender, Justified, Law and Order, the original, or The West Wing.
Oh shit! Okay. I need paper towels. I need paper towels.
Okay.
Paper towels. I'm just trying to get up too fast with the dog. I need paper towels right now. I thought I was.
There you go.
I'm so sorry. Crap. I'm so sorry.
Don't let Donna's
Sorry.
voice led you to think that it was anything more than she spilt a little tea.
I did spill, and thank God I had drank.
If you listen to her, it was like, the ceiling caved in.
The ceiling didn't cave in. I spilled tea, but I spilled it on your desk. And I feel kind of bad.
It's okay.
Sorry. No, I didn't spill it on your computer. There we go. Okay. All right. Just spilled stuff. Don't mind
She
me.
screams like that if a bug crawls across the
No.
thing.
No. If there's a bug that crawls anywhere, I scream 14 times louder than that, man. And it depends on how big the bug is as to how loud the scream is.
So,
yeah,
I've learned not to take her screams seriously.
I'm high strung in my, well, I was gonna say in my old age, but I've always been a little high strung. So there we go. Bethany says no. The bug scream is much louder. Yes, that is correct. The bug scream is much. We don't do bugs. Yeah. Donna loves tea. Yes, Donna has finished 2 cups of it, and so fantastically speaking, I drank 99% of it. There was only just a little tiny bit left. See, I hate bugs too. Thank you. That's good. Do you have any tips for using Prismacolors with the alcohol markers?
I think there's a couple of videos with that. If you want to look.
What was your favorite go-to art supply as a kid?
Colored pencils.
Donna better put a quarter in the square jar. Yeah, oh man, let me tell you. Do you like Studio Ghibli?
I surprisingly don't. Much to all of my friends' dismay.
Has Scott done any Scott Pilgrim drawings?
I have not.
Do you have any interest in the Japanese manga comic books? If yes, do you have a favorite artist?
I used to like, I think his last name was Shiro, Masumi Shiro. But I really haven't been into them in a few decades.
Do you have a Pinterest or a Tumblr account?
I used to have a Tumblr, but right now I do have a Pinterest, but I don't update on it anymore.
Hello, I am a girl that soon will try out an art course. Do you have any tips?
Carry a sketchbook and draw every day. Draw something that you see every day.
Oh, Honey Bear says, hi, a few days ago I was drawing a sunset for a school project and I followed your advice to use a reference photo. It turned out great and thank you for helping me.
Fantastic. Yes, I don't know. When I first started posting online, people would say, isn't using photo reference cheating? which is just really odd to me, since every artist in the history of time has used reference. But I think a lot of that has to do with Photoshop and people, just loading up a photo and applying a filter to it or something like that. So But no, photo reference is absolutely fantastic for learning how to, or for any of your art, not even just for learning, but just your art.
I like to collect things. Does Scott collect anything other than his art supplies?
Other than debt, uh, I like collecting the toys from my childhood. So you'll see some of those up on my shelves.
He's got a million on the shelves. Let's see. Okay, our YouTube lives are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. Central Time. Do you have a favorite art project that you've done?
I think the Animal Crackers movie poster was my favorite.
Have you ever tried making stamps?
No.
Fiber and Brimstone has made some stamps, and she makes some beautiful transfers and beautiful prints with those. I don't think I'd ever have the patience to do stamps, though. What is your favorite place that you've been to?
So far, Venice.
Yeah, Venice was beautiful. We want to go more places in Italy. Well, we want to go more places in general. What do you think about AI-generated art?
I think one day it's going to be the norm, but right now it's just ripping off artists. I mean, I tried it out. I thought it was really cool. I'd like to use it as a tool to help artists, come up with ideas and whatnot. But right now, like I said, it's just not ready yet.
How do you see it as a tool to help other artists?
Just for inspiration.
Okay.
You type in a few keywords, it comes up with stuff, and you're like, "Oh, I like that," and then that gets you in a direction.
Mm-hmm. Is it okay if I draw Scott? Because he's taught me a bunch of art tips and I would love to draw him.
I would be honored.
What advice would you give to a 13-year-old broke artist? What would it be?
You don't need money to make art. You just need a paper and pencil, and you should be fine.
By the way, I forgot to tell you Richard's here.
Hey, Richard.
What do you love most about your art? Also, you are the best artist in the world. Thank God for you and your art.
Thank you. I don't like really much about my art. The thing I like the best about my art is when I'm surprised by my art. When I go, oh, okay, that didn't suck. That's, I think, the funnest thing, and that's why you keep doing it.
What's your favorite type of music?
Rock, pop, I guess.
Viviana Lucky Charm sent you a tip.
Thank you.
Have you ever gotten fan art before?
Yes. That's been happening a little more recently, which is really cool.
We watched Animal Crackers as a family yesterday, and it was loads of fun. Thank you.
Thank you for watching it.
Great. Asking for advice. What's the best paper to use with markers? You just did a video
I did a whole week of that. If you go back about 2-3 weeks, you'll see 5 videos and then a follow-up. But yeah, it's up to you. But I like stuff like bristle paper. But if you want just a pure marker paper, what was the name of it?
Oh,
Bienfang was the one. But right now I'm trying the Ohuhu one, and this is really nice. It's got a nice feel to it. They give you this little plastic piece that, can you guys see the backside?
Yeah, you can see the backside, but we can't see the plastic because it's clear.
Yeah.
I like that they give you the plastic to put in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nice.
And you don't notice it. You don't feel it.
You don't feel it when you're using it?
No. All right. I think we're going to call this one done for now. I might noodle it a little more afterwards, but I think we'll call it done.
Oh, Nixie says you also collect vintage cameras. You do indeed.
Yeah.
Arwen is a rescue. Our puppy Arwen, she's a rescue. I don't think you'd ever try to make anime, would you?
Well, I mean, I did do a couple.
No, but like your own anime stuff.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not sure how to even start drawing trees.
Trees, think of the bigger shapes. Don't worry about every leaf and whatnot. Think of just the bigger shapes. Get that in first, and then the rest of it kind of comes together. But yeah, I mean, I'm no expert at trees.
Okay, which Ohuhu sets are you using? Can you tell everybody?
I am using the skin tone set, and the basic tone set, and they are not brush pens, which was a little disappointing, but they did send me a brush pen set. But you work with what you got, right?
Food closes. I've started running out of room because I have nowhere to put art supplies. We feel that.
Yeah.
We feel that. Did you ever meet the voice actors and actresses in person when you made animal characters?
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
They would hang out and talk to us and spend time. But, I was the director too. So I got to, work with them. But I learned a lot because I'd never made a movie before.
Now that is a white outline, says Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, so pick your favorite markers. They want to know what your favorite markers are.
I mean, I've only just tried these, and I haven't tried their brush sets. But for the cost, I'm still up for the Art Beak ones. These, this is 120 brush tips. Can you guys see them okay?
Yeah. Well, part of them.
120 brush tips for $50, I think it is. And you can get 80 for 20-something dollars. So that's just my 2 cents. To me, markers are markers. Copics, I had a whole set of them. Did not see that they were any better than these really cheap ones. The Ohuhu markers, I think, have the best presentation, and they're fairly cheap. The book is plush. This is really nice. I will try their brush markers, but how much was the set?
The brush markers?
Yeah.
Is that the big set?
The big set.
Okay, those were $244.
$244. So that is 5 times the cost of the.
It's 320 markers, dual tip alcohol markers.
Yeah.
And that was $244.98. And that's on the Ohuhu site.
Yes. And it's, again, I'm cheap. So I look at what is the benefit, what is the benefit of this, and that's all I'm doing. But right now these are very nice. They have great presentation. The other thing I want to point out that I really liked, there's a fact, a frequently asked questions on here, and I want to point something out which I thought was really kind of cool. This I thought was really cool. I got a dried out pen upon arrival, and then their answer is a free replacement is on its way to you. The pen dried out after multiple uses. A free replacement is on its way to you. The pen is bleeding when I open it. It doesn't affect the use. Please wipe clean the ink. Also, a 50% off discount or a free replacement is on its way to you. I got a duplicate of colors. A free replacement is on its way to you. The ink bleeds through the paper. A full refund. I got a defective bag. Here's a free replacement. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, you don't
that's
typically see companies.
Yeah. They seem to have good customer service. Yeah. I went to their website. They seem to listen to their people. They're looking for feedback, and that in itself might tip the scales on some of this. It's good to work with people who care, and that's why we like Grabby. Their stuff was, they were doing stuff to hopefully make the world a little better. And I think stuff like that should be a factor when you're looking at the people you're going to partner with, or the people, what do you say, who you're going to patronize, or
Right. Who you're going to spend your money with.
Yeah.
Okay, Just Hollow wants to know, what kind of paper brand wise do you recommend that is affordable? So, but the question is
For what medium?
So Just Hollow, give us what medium you're going to use, and we'll tell you what paper. Been looking at the chat and looked up. I love how this drawing is coming along. Thanks for inspiring me.
Thank you.
Let's see.
We
We're
are
autistic, so am I.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, the comments jumped. Do you like cream colored paper?
I do. I like to draw on them with my black cherry pencil. And here, this is.
Oh, Laura, I want you and Scott to know that I love you and him with my whole heart. You're so.
Oh, thank you.
Joy says frugal, not cheap.
So I like to do sketches like this on the tan paper. I think they're really, really fun. And
That's
these.
My second house.
But yeah, these are the things that I do like tan paper for that.
How do you organize your art supplies?
Oof.
You guys, if you could see the Hobbit hole right now, there's no organization. There is stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do like organized art supplies. I really do. I just sometimes you just get into, God, there's so much going on and you can't do it. So I think taking a Saturday to reorganize is always a good thing.
Yeah, which of course we didn't do this weekend.
Yeah,
we were busy. Okay, so let's see. Have you drawn using charcoals? About 100 years ago.
Yes. I think I am going to have to call this done.
Sometimes I feel, Scott, though you had a hard time to establish your career, you're still doing what you love. You're lucky.
Yes, I am. I will never be ungrateful for all of the wonderful things I got to do and for how long it's taken to kind of get here.
How do you afford all the art supplies? It's called a credit card.
Yeah. As an artist, I've been in a lot of debt. Mm-hmm. And
I'll attest to that one.
Do we really need, this set? Do we really need it? And I'm like, yes, this is going to make my art so much better. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't. But the thing is that, yeah, I'm a grown up, so I have.
I'm a grown up.
I'm saying I'm a grown up, so I have access to grown up money. Even though, like I said, we're trying to support 2 kids off in college and everything else. He's
gotten a little more conservative over the years as what he spends on art supplies, and he does use up things now as opposed to just buying extra things. But I think for so long you were trying so many things to get to the point to figure out what you liked.
Yeah.
So, and yes, he drove me crazy, and I was always like, why are you spending money on that? And should we really go back to the $12 tape? Because we can all see how well that worked out. Elizabeth says, because of you, I now make my portraits with red noses and add a little white outline, and I'm constantly drawing everything around me. I've filled up 36 sketchbooks, and I'm only 11.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That is impressive.
Your parents are going to need to give you some storage boxes for those.
I am honored.
Don't get rid of them. Keep them so you can look back on your art journey. Do you use white gel pens?
I think the Uniball Signo is a white gel pen, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah. I use that one usually.
I realized why just now the tea. I thought I spilt it all over everywhere, but I only spilt a little bit. But guess where it all went?
On you.
On me.
Yeah.
Yes. My shirt was soaked. I wondered why I was cold all of a sudden, because I spilled all the rest of the tea in the bottom of my cup.
All right. Well, then we will call it a day. Donna's going to go make some...
Oh, no. First, Donna's gonna go change her shirt.
No. First is scones.
No.
Then you can change.
No. Stefford says grown-up money is dangerous. That is
It
correct.
is.
That is very
Well,
true.
thank you. I mean, what do you guys think? Interesting.
When was the last time you left the Hobbit hole?
Well, we just went to Disney World, so I get to say that. So last week.
Well, he has to leave the Hobbit hole to go to sleep because his bed's on the 3rd floor.
That's true.
So technically, he does leave the Hobbit hole from time to time.
Well, I think this is a fantastic book.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I think we should give it away though. I don't think I'll ever sketch in it. You know, yeah. I mean, it's very plush. And then they got the huge one. All right, so tomorrow we will try the landscape colors and maybe the multimedia sketchbook.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Then we can give that one away too.
Yes.
With a free art piece in the front.
I'll make a video and then we will go from there.
Not tomorrow. He says Shreya's like tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. Wednesday.
Yes, I'm not a traditional artist. I journal, which means I write in a journal. I try to do that every single day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, and I'm gonna go put a dry shirt on. And,
have a great Monday, everybody.
Have a marvelous Monday.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for being here with us. Bethany's like, puts the live stream schedule in. Oh God. Thanks guys for everything. Thanks for being here with us. And we will see you soon.